An equestrian magazine, I had asked for some, maybe somebody would like to sponsor us some saddles, and an equestrian magazines heard about it, and they said, we'd like to follow you on your ride. You just have to call us every few weeks and send us some pictures, and we'll get our advertisers to give you everything you need. Yes, God. So you keep to the side of them when they're stumbling down really steep drops and everything, and he got trampled on. And this poor guy, he said at the end, this was Easter Day when we were getting out, he said, girls, my faith has increased, but he said, never ask me on holiday with you again. I want to go back to New Zealand, and so I just asked God, I want beautiful horses. I never had palominos in my life. But anyway, down near Wanaka, I went to see this horse, and she was head shy, didn't like ropes, was nervous, and she really wasn't suitable to take into the mountains on my own. But when I said no, she looked at me and she said, please take me. And that night, I just had that in my head, her look. And in the morning, I said, okay, God, I'll take her. But within 3 days, she changed because I loved her. And she went through these huge rivers. She didn't even have a name. I called her Favor. She went through huge rivers, and we won a race on the East Coast against the Maoris. Yes! No, I'd grown up very, very dyslexic, so I couldn't read or write. And at 9 years old, I was still struggling with reading and writing. And when I was younger, I wouldn't answer the door, and I wouldn't answer the phone because of communication. But the ponies were my mainstay, you see. So ponies and horses have been all my life. God, I need some fresh air. I want to see my own country. So I just went to Scotland, trusting God for ponies. I wanted to go for actually Connemara's because they're nice and forward-moving, but they were too expensive. And the owner of this horse said, these Highlands, he said, you ain't got enough budget, lassie. But he did want to sell them, so I got several £100 off them. And I rode them from the top of Scotland to Land's End, again, raising money for riding for build. And then this Irish guy called Jerry, he come from Cork. I couldn't understand a word he said. He's so broad, Cork. And he kept on turning up, though. And here he turns up on his racehorse, and he says to this guy leaning against the wall, he says, come here to me now. Where does this here road go to? And the man leaning against the wall says, I've lived here all my life. I've seen it going nowhere. So, hey-ho. There was so much fear in America. Guns, drug smugglers, poisonous snakes, rattlesnakes. There are 3 poisonous snakes, and people said, oh, the earth moves down. With careful where you put your hand at night. Scorpions. Carry a gun over the front of your saddle. Don't stop to talk to people. And I said, I'm riding by faith in God. But they had to fear and faith are present, and we just choose which one will rule our lives. So I've chosen faith, and I choose it every time. So the authorities said, you can't take your ponies back to England. And the thing is, I've given my word to my ponies in Greece that I'm taking them back to England. And if I left them in Spain, they would only go for meat. So I was like, oh, God, can you sort this out? Because then when I crossed from France, I remembered my French, but I'd forgotten all my Spanish. It did get sorted out, thank God, that I could take my ponies back. So you will either look back in life and say, I wish I had, or I'm glad I did. Yes. So even though these trips are tough, I can look back and say, thanks God, I'm glad I did.
For more information on Tracey's books, rides and talks, please visit traceylliotreap.com. Thank you.